Days turned into weeks, yet the memory of that fateful night haunted Sarah like a spectre, its icy grip tightening with each passing moment. She tried to convince herself it was just a nightmare, a trick of the mind born from fear but deep down she knew the truth. The darkness that claimed Adam still lingered, a malevolent presence lurking just beyond the edge of her consciousness. Haunted by guilt and remorse, Sarah retreated from the world, seeking solace in the solitude of her own thoughts. But try as she might, she could not escape the gnawing sense of unease that gnawed at her soul, the feeling that she was being watched, that something ancient and hungry was waiting in the shadows. Then, one night, as she lay alone in her bed, Sarah heard it, the sound of whispered voices drifting through the darkness, their words filled with longing and despair. She rose from her bed, drawn by an unseen force, her feet carrying her through the labyrinthine halls of her home until she reached the threshold of her bedroom door outside. The world was cloaked in darkness, the moon casting its pale light upon the landscape below. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she stepped out into the night, the chill of the air sending shivers down her spine. And there, standing before her, was Adam, or what remained of him. His eyes were hollow, his skin pallid and clammy to the touch. Yet, despite the decay that ravaged his form, there was a warmth in his gaze, a flicker of recognition that sent a surge of hope coursing through Sarah's veins. "Sarah," he whispered, his voice little more than a breath. "I've been searching for you." Tears welled in Sarah's eyes as she reached out to him, her fingers trembling as they brushed against his cheek. "Adam, I thought I lost you," she choked out, her voice thick with emotion. But Adam only shook his head, a sorrowful smile playing upon his lips. "You must go, Sarah," he said, his voice tinged with regret. "It's not safe for you here." Sarah's heart sank at his words, the weight of his warning pressing down upon her like a leaden cloak. "I can't leave you," she protested, her voice not again. But Adam's gaze remained steadfast, his eyes filled with a sadness that pierced her to the core. "You have to," he insisted, his voice barely above a whisper. "For both our And with that, he vanished into the night, leaving Sarah alone once more, her heart heavy with grief and uncertainty. She knew then that she could not stay, that to linger in the shadow of the forest was to court disaster. So she turned her back on the grove, on the memories that haunted her every waking moment, and set out into the unknown, determined to forge a new path, a new beginning, free from the shackles of the past. But try as she might, Sarah could never escape the spectre of the forest, the whispered voices that echoed in the depths of her mind, reminding her of the love she had lost and the darkness that still lurked just beyond the edge of her reality. And so she wandered, a solitary figure in a world that had long forgotten her, her heart forever entangled in the embrace of a love that defied reason and defied time.